and probably even the illegal alien. Even if they're housing them up, they should be feeding them and stuff. Now the housing up should be just to deport them. Now if they're wanted for certain crimes, you might want to turn them over to the specific agencies to deal with the criminal. I mean, they're all basically criminal because they come here illegal. But now we're talking about wanted crimes: child molestation, rape, murder. If you get an illegal alien like that in your custody, he should be reprehended and actually arrested. The rest of them should be deported and only held till they're deported and treated as humane as possible. They don't have to be a 4-star hotel, but they should give them their daily food, water, etc. Yeah, I know they came here illegally. They made that choice. Now, God's going to hold me accountable for not treating people humane. I take that personal. Some people might not take it personally. I do. Some people don't even believe in God. Sometimes I get pushed there, but then I have to remind myself of His goodness. This world's wicked. And I even got a reminder of that the other day. Some woman commented, and I thought, yeah, really, He did tell us. He told us for a reason. He didn't want us getting where I get at times. That's the reason. He didn't want us getting discouraged. When it started seeing it get really bad, He didn't want us. I'm old now. I need a reminder. I don't stay tuned into the revelations like I did in the beginning. In the beginning, I held to. I'm telling you, I stuck it, even looking for the Antichrist and everything. Literally looking for him, trying to hunt him down. I don't stay in the book like I used to. I moved on to other books. 2017, I finally got the book of Acts. I'd never actually paid attention to it before. Opened up a whole new world. I've never seen the Christian faith the same again after the book of Acts. And I read it before. I just didn't pay attention to it. That's what I'm talking about. And when she made her comment that she made, it reminded me that, yeah, he pretty much was telling us that it was going to get horrible. Like the days of Noah. And that is horrible. He flooded the world. What do you had in the days of Noah? You had fallen angels. You're going to have that. That's what your UFOs are. What them aliens are. I'm not going to say that's what all of them are. Because there's other entities. There's other beings. There's other beings in that realm. Made it. It's far away. Like I said, sometimes I get pessimistic, and I think I read that about the demiurge. If you know anything about the demiurge, he's calls himself a god. He's like the gods, but he calls himself the main god. And he hijacked the other souls and he threw them into a place called a prison planet called Earth. And his whole thing is to torment you. In other words, he gets a kick out of your torment. That's eviler than Satan, y'all. I don't even want to believe that. So you're barking up a wrong tree when you start that in. I have discussions. You may not, but I do. If you want to sit and believe everything you was told, fine. I don't do that. It's not the way I work. I've seen too much deception. I've seen way too much deception to just believe everything I'm told. My brain thinks bigger than that. Now, he also said not to have vain conversations and corrupt. He did that too. I was looking for that verse. I couldn't find it. But I did find one. I rebuked myself. I'll try not to have that conversation because devils can twist it. The accuser of the brethren can twist those kind of conversations. And I'm going wrong. Damn, I can't get turned around, so that's stick. That looks like it was right. Am I supposed to go through here? Maybe I am delivered to prison. He's the accuser of the brethren. The only reason I'm skeptical of her, because I've seen her do witchy things. And I've already heard about the witches infiltrating the church. I mean, she even went as far as trying to spook us with black magic and stuff. I'm not going to get on that again, like I said. It's having a conversation. She made an accusation of me the other day. It's because I have the nerve to question things. That's all I do. That's question. I've said over and over again, I've held on to my little bit of faith I've had. I got a little tiny bit, and I can't help that's what I got. We live in a world of deception. The world's getting worse and worse and more wicked and more deceptive. Now you got AI that can create things that's not even real and make it look real. You got holograms. And I've seen a cheaper version of the hologram. And from the distance, it looks like it's solid. But it's just a two-blade fan that I'm looking at right now. That's all. Look at it all. If you've seen it from behind, you just see it twisting. When you look at it from the head and straight, it looks like a person or whatever you got up there. Robot, whatever you put. Like its original thing had boxes and all kinds of things that the one I erased. Accidentally erased it. Whirling boxes. We live in a world of optical illusions. Smoke and mirrors. Wizards of Oz. And even though I've had to sort of tempt my fear, because I do fearing, I decided, yes, I'm even going to put God in that box and question that. Even though I had to go through a lot of fear of the Lord. Because I do have it. It's one thing I do have. But I know at the end of the day, He knows my thoughts. Don't worry about that. He knows exactly what I'm thinking. He probably knows my thoughts better than I do. But sometimes I don't know what the fuck he's thinking. Some things are so twisted. This world is so twisted, I don't even know what to think. I'll have the conversation. Most people won't. Especially religious fanatics. Because they're more worried about looking holy than actually believing in God. The religious fanatic's the worst. That's why when it comes to religious fanatics, let's get evil, I'm being sacrilegious. I can do that with the religious fanatic. I can be as Marilyn Manson when it comes to religious fanatics. And I once again have to keep a little bit of the fear. She almost did it. But she made $750. That's pretty good. $7,500. $750. $750. 7,500. Oh, still good. Looks good today, home. That's a good earning for Christine on a Monday. She can party now. She can party. She can party. Well, they're gonna let her spend the tipping money though. We're working for that $1 million. So no tipping strippers. No tipping strippers. I have discovered though one thing by being curious and studying up and reading other books. Jesus is always mentioned. So Jesus it is. I tend to think the name of the Father is Yahweh because that's the name I discovered. I never forget that discussion. Oh, I had that as a kid. One day this teacher was talking about God. She was going on about God this, God that. And I raised my hand and said, what's his real name? Oh, you can't know that. I said, why can't I? You can't know that. You're not supposed to know that. And then a few years later, in my teens, I get to going through some encyclopedias that my mother had. She had these 3 big encyclopedias on religion. And I find the name of Yahweh. I don't want to believe in somebody I don't even know his name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not impressed. I wanted to know his name. Jesus' his real name too, because oh yeah, they say it's not Jesus in the Hebrew. It doesn't matter. That's what it is in English, and he's talked about it in all the books. I think they call him Isa in Islam, but it's him, same guy. So Yahshua, Jesus, probably even Isa. You talk about those are the same individual. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. Even getting back to Andrew Tate, you know, I heard him just a couple months or so ago. You know what he said? He had the guts to speak on something that most Islam will not address. You know, he converted to Islam. He called out the predators. He said what they need to be done with them is put down into a country like Saudi Arabia and have their hands taken off. I think he even got honored by which country was it? One of them honored him for that because he got up and made that speech. He got up and said that on one of his shows or podcasts or on somebody else's podcast. I can't remember exactly where he said it. He had the nerve to even stand up to his own faith, saying that they should punish predators. They should. It